How about now? Am I coming through clear all right now? Or maybe BlueStacks is trying to rug me. Maybe that's what's going on. Okay, here we go. 100%. That sounded a bit better. Right, can everyone hear me now? Show me some thumbs up. Show me some 100%. I think my equipment's trying to rug me again. Hey, okay, all right. Now we're back on track. So I'm not sure how much of that everyone actually heard because my my equipment's trying to play against me. But yeah, basically, long story short, had a good weekend with the family. Took my son to the Lego shop in town. They were having a Harry Potter day, so we constructed a Harry Potter wand, and he was going around the city pretending he was a wizard for the morning. Basically going around saying Expecto Patronum and Abracadabra and having a great old time. But yeah, what else has been happening in the world? Hey, Casual. So thanks for jumping in, buddy. Also, as well, if anybody wants to or is able to come up to the stage and wants to chat, say hi, that offer's always there. I could also do it with a co-host as well if anyone's up for it. Otherwise, yeah, it's just gonna be me talking to myself, which is not overly exciting, but all good. So let's see what's been going on. Oh, I've got a request. Excellent. Who we got? Hey, Casual, wicked. Okay, Casual, how are you, mate? Oh, so you there, Casual?
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Good. I had a couple minutes to come up before my wife comes home, and she's not going to want to hear me on Spaces. She just rolls her eyes when she hears the Spaces in the background because she's not into this. So,
mate, your wife sounds like my wife.
Yeah, well, she got into VeVe with me in 2021. She hit all my good drops, we'll say, and we had fun. But then it didn't work on her phone anymore. She had an older phone, and then she got a different job, so she couldn't go for the drops. And then she seen how obsessed I was, and told her how much it was going to change her life. Yeah. And then I held too long,
and everything went straight to the bottom.
So here we are today.
Here we are today. I'm pretty sure we've all got a story like that.
Oh yeah, pump it.
That's it.
Yeah, but that's a lot of people's truth. So everyone got super excited, during the all-time high. But you know what? I always accepted that. I always was in the plus. I only put so much in, and I'm still, above where I was. Yep. I did cash out my initial investment, so she can never yell at me again.
That's good.
But what really sucks is I have to flip out of some of my collectibles to go for some of these drops. So I'm one of those people, unfortunately.
Right. So have you gone for any of the drops that we've had lately, like the Tinkerbell or the Predators posters or any of the comics?
Oh yeah, that's what I was posted in our little Chiko&Roko group. No, I gambled on Tinkerbell a few hours later, and old Walt was with me, and he gave me a secret rare. So I made my 5 gems on that. But the thing is I can't be harassed for flipping because I'm making content. So I made a nice AR video, took a picture, took a vault picture.
Oh, nice.
And threw it back on the market. So, and then I did go for Predator, got a comment, of course. And I just knew that was going to tank. Oh my God, what was I thinking?
I know.
I just got excited. It's still scarce. They're scarce.
Yeah, it was like two ultra rares and was it 3 secret rares? So it's still pretty good. I was the same. No, I was the same. I thought, well, chances are he's going to tank, but I'm going to go for at least one. That way, at least I can say, at least I tried to go for a decent mint number or something like that. But yeah, actually, what?
Yeah,
I wonder what they are going for.
Yeah,
at the moment. Let me do a quick market check here. Righto, where are you? Right, let's go with the Hunter. That's one of the ultra rare ones. Yeah, right now it's sitting at about 24 gems and 95 frags.
Yep.
Below retail. And I'm pretty sure the other one's going to be about the same. The only one that seems to be doing not too bad is Target Acquired, the one with the laser sight and the big triangle on the screen. That one's sitting at 44 gems and 99 frags. So that's going above retail. But I think everything else is either hovering at retail or just slightly below it. But actually, no, sorry, I take that back. There was one. I can never say it properly. the one with the Predator just standing by himself. That one's going at 16 gems and 75 frags, so that's not going overly great.
Yeah. Yep. That's not great.
No, but you know, collect what you love, and you'll never be disappointed.
The mint count is low enough though that once we have some footage inside of some of the VeVeverse homes, we're going to start seeing some of those posters go up, especially if they don't have another Predator drop for maybe till next year. Like let's say there's no more posters.
Yeah.
People are going to collect these by the end of the year for sure because there's really not that many of them.
I said, and can you imagine as well, like if they say like I'm bought in the store and they start burning them, then they're going to get even more scarce.
Oh yeah,
like that's kind of like my thinking. Like when it comes to the aliens posters, that's why like I've scooped up my entire set of them. But like what happens when it gets to that point where they sort of start burning them in the store, then they become like even more scarce than they already are.
Exactly. And they've shown that some of these drops that haven't sold out, they've shown that somebody's done the data and there's still some really valuable mint numbers hidden in some of those. So if you are a gambler, you could pull the trigger and make $500 on like a 41 or a 1977 TIE Fighter. I think that one's still out there. So there are numbers out there that can actually change your VeVe career, but it's you really got to balance the gambling thing.
That's right.
Because I've done it too much.
Yeah. It's like whether you want to get like the risk versus reward. Like it's like, do you really want to roll the dice and see how you go? No, cool. So
and sometimes I get lucky.
Yeah, me, I usually always end up getting either a common or just like some horrible mint. Like I haven't done too bad. Like I've had the odd 1 or 2 drops, so I haven't done too bad on. But yeah, most of the time for me, like usually if I try to go for a drop or something, I usually get like a common or just some horrible mint. But yeah, I just want to double check as well, like is my audio coming through clearly all right? Because my system was trying to rug me a little while ago.
No, I mean you sound good. I'm guessing we probably have a short delay.
Okay, cool. That's right. Just wanted to double check because my system was playing up before, and someone and I think Ms.Gekko said I was coming through a little bit weird. What's been happening, Casual? How has your weekend been?
Well, yesterday I posted it was my birthday.
Oh, and, yeah, of course it was.
That was totally fine.
Forgot. Happy birthday.
Yep. That was fun. I mean, I had half the day to myself, so I just drove around, and we have a lot of thrift stores here in my state, in my region, and I went to like 5 different thrift stores because, Comics and Crypto podcast got me all excited again for sealed VHS, and I'm like, I got to go out there and find it. I didn't find one.
No luck?
No luck, but still fun. I ended up buying a baby slide for my nephew, so makes me feel good. I don't have kids, so lately I've been finding like cheap Fisher Price things for him that I always send a picture to their parents first because I don't want to be turning him into a hoarder baby.
So how old is he?
He's just turned 1.
Oh, 1, beautiful age, excellent. So I got 2. I got 2 kids of my own. I got a son that's 4.5, and my son is my daughter's 2.5.
So a couple more years and you can get him into comics.
That's it. Oh, mate, I tried.
I
actually tried to bring back a Hollywood Comics on my last trip to London for a VeVe meetup. They looked at them for like a little while, and then my son wasn't really interested, and my daughter tried to tear them apart. So I was just like, yeah, but I don't think I'm quite up to this stage yet.
Yep. I think like collecting, if you like, I don't know how old you were when you started collecting, but my grandpa got me into collecting stamps when I was like,
oh, cool,
8 or 9, and then I got into comics when I was like 12, and comic cards in 12, 13. And I don't know if like when you're 4 years old, if you'll even remember that
probably not.
Comics, because I don't know if I ever did.
No, say.
But still, they make all those children's books with Spider-Man and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like what I'm sort of like leaning with at the moment is that like all like the gold age books, like the kids books is like Spider-Man, or like some coloring books or something like that. Just try and ease them into it that way.
Yep.
Yeah, and we got D in the house as well. How are you, D?
Hey, fellas. Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
morning.
Hey, Hi, good morning. I don't think I've ever been up in a space with you, Casual. I don't know if you guys already said it, but happy belated birthday.
I see that.
Yep, I
And
just it's actually my VeVe birthday today, so I have two birthdays.
God, double
I did
whammy.
mention that earlier in another space. Yep,
Awesome.
I started my account the day after my birthday 2 years.
Nice. And I saw your post. Well, it was a day ago, but nice comics you picked up. The Wonder Woman and the Spider-Man.
I mean, I didn't really, because I've been buying on that Collect Forever site, so I have like a vault of physical comics there. And I just plan on shipping them all home one day, so I don't shock my wife. But I walked in that comic store and I had to buy something. I had to support them, and that comic store was so awesome. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, why have I not walked in here? Because on the outside it doesn't look that great, and then I walked inside it and it was like,
oh my God,
holy shit! Yes, dude. The statues, vintage toys. So it didn't have too many graded books, but the graded books he had like Ultimate Fallout 4. Just expensive ass books. So. Man, that was beautiful.
Yeah, the comic shop that we have here, and one of them, the newer one, they just started off with comic books and some graded stuff, and then they had then they started getting Pokemon cards. Now I think they have like Magic, what is it? Magic the Gathering cards,
cool.
And hopefully soon HRO cards, because I like to collect those. But yeah, it's interesting to see what you can find in these stores and trying to keep up with what's happening right now. I'm actually I can't stay too long because we're heading out to the beach to finally get some vitamin D.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I can't help you co-host.
No, that's cool. No worries.
We'll be listening in the background, but just wanted to come up real quick and say hi and have a good space.
Yeah, no worries, D. Thank you very much for dropping in. So I hope you enjoy your time at the beach. Chatting. And I know some Hino's down there listening as well, mate. I hope you're feeling better and get some sun into you as well, and have a great time at the beach. Enjoy your public holiday today. I believe it's Labor Day.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. Whoop whoop!
Excellent.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. Unfortunately, it's not Labor Day here in the UK, so everyone has to work. But I have the day off tomorrow anyway because I'm spending time with my son because my wife has to work.
So it technically is Labor Day for you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's true. Every day is Labor Day for me, especially when you got kids.
Yeah. Well, have a good one, guys.
You too, D. Take care. So Casual. So what's your view on what's been happening in the market and the whole VeVe front lately?
Oh man, I don't know, man. It's just I don't pay attention to it as much as I used to. I mean, I used to be on the market so much. I mean, I made some gains, the first year by just jumping on mint numbers and analyzing everything.
Yeah.
But now I'm just kind of sitting back. I'm not in the mood to like really do hard flipping. I'm waiting for the VeVeverse because I'm a longtime gamer, and that's going to be the game changer.
Nice. So what sort of games are you into? Anything and everything?
Well, right now I'm not playing anything, but through my whole life I've played games. I've run a couple video game websites.
Oh wow, cool.
I've actually been to Microsoft Game Studios. I've been to Activision. I've done a lot of different things. I was kind of like an influencer in the Xbox world many years ago. So
wow.
But one of the things I've always kind of wanted to express on Spaces, there's only a few people in here, but I know we're recording it.
Yep.
About the VeVeverse is, have you ever heard of Second Life?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Yep. And it's been around a very, very long time. I think it's still around now, but I think it's mostly people who like to role play weddings and stuff like that in it. But I tested it out when I was a teen, and I deep dived into it for a couple weeks. And a lot of the things that I saw then, they're not going to be in the VeVeverse. It's going to be probably years until we see that in the VeVeverse. There's super advanced stuff that we're going on in Second Life. So I've seen, the way people live And I'll go on a kind of like a tangent. Like people used to have houses. People would own land. People would own casinos. People would have slot machines and vending machines, and everything was user made. There used to be like 3D classes. There used to be like things like spaces. Actual politicians in America had made appearances in that game and stuff. So when a lot of people are envisioning the VeVeverse, I already know what it's going to be like. I've seen it happen in Second Life. So it's exciting.
Yeah. So I mean, like I remember Second Life, like, sort of growing up, but I think I've tried it once and I just couldn't get the hang of it at the time. But I mean, like, from what everyone, like, what we've been hearing, like, from the Voltaholics, from Froikomi, and like a few other individuals, like, the VeVeverse is just going to be something like crazy.
Oh yeah, I agree. When I played Second Life, like, it's kind of like right now, if you're not into metaverses and you just hopped into spatial, it's just kind of like confusing, because you gotta, it takes a few minutes to learn what you're doing. And that's how it was in Second Life. And because you had to build stuff, you started with just like really generic clothes. But one of the times I walked in there and people were excited to see me, and I met this guy who he was spending like $1,000 a month on this chunk of land. There was nobody there. He had his own art gallery, and he's telling me, yeah, this art's for sale in the real world, but I have it hanging here. I mean, this is a long time ago, And he actually had a nightclub, and he says sometimes the DJ performs. And then he even had a platform you'd go to, and it shoots you up into the sky, and you could skydive from it. And then he bought me like clothes and all this stuff because he just wanted a friend. So that sort of experience, I think, is going to translate into VeVe. People are just going to be hanging out in the showroom all day, and we're going to be like popping in. They're just going to be sitting there. Like, hey, what's up?
So what's in? Come in, come in.
Yep. Yeah. One of my, not to keep talking about that, but I just been wanting to get it off my chest for so long to talk about.
Yeah, no, go from it.
One time I walked, I would go to the limit to just try to explore this over a couple of weeks. And I jump into it a few other times through the years when my computers got better. But one time I did, I walked into like it was like Italy recreated, and it was cool looking back then. And there was a person sitting at a water fountain. I started talking to him. I'm like, why are you in here by yourself? Like, what are you doing? He's like, I just come in here and I sit, I listen to music, and I just sit at this water fountain and listen. And he was really serious about it. And I just thought, holy smokes. I mean, so those experiences are, people just want to escape, and then with the Oculus and stuff. So I think people aren't really ready for what the VeVeverse is going to bring. I think when it hits the Apple Vision, it could be the biggest thing ever until the gaming companies start pumping out metaverses.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's right. Like it could just provide an escape, just from life, I guess. I mean, I never really sort of thought of it that way. Especially, I'm just trying to think how far back was Second Life? I mean, I'm just trying to think when I was. It must be early.
It goes back 20 years. I mean,
yeah, I was like early 2000s or something. It must be somewhere around that way.
Yeah. There was somebody was made a millionaire early on. They bought all the land. I think her name was Anch Chung. I mean, I still remember the name. Pretty sure that's what it was. And they became like the real estate agent in Second Life, and they made a ton of money. There was a currency, and that was it was similar to like a small country's economy. They made a ton of money. So I think they're still working on something right now. Like they're working on something for the future, but I don't know. The missing thing though was that I didn't have assets. When we're going into the VeVeverse with assets, we have, and you get a free house essentially. We don't have to buy our little showroom or little home.
That's right.
We get to build out our space. So that there alone is going to be better than Second Life was to start. And then the other thing is because this is going to work on our PC, on our Oculus, and then potentially our phone and our tablet eventually.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just going to be awesome, man.
So here's a question for you then. So what's your VeVeverse going to look like? What are you looking forward to creating?
Dude, I've been thinking about it. I think a lot of the things we want to build, somebody's going to build it better already. I was thinking, there's the comedy club, the Joe Rogan Comedy Club. I was like, I could recreate that.
Yeah.
You know, it has this unique stage. It's the biggest thing right now in Texas. And we could have like comedy nights, but somebody will probably do a better job. But then I was thinking today, it would be cool just to make a very simple showroom that's kind of like, you know, the Legend of Zelda, where you go inside and there's a little merchant there with like 4 things for sale. Just try to recreate like little merchant rooms, and then you set your comics, right? Like you have maybe you have a stack of unique mint numbers. Like my collection, you know, for the right price, anything's for sale because I want to buy other things, you know. So I am a collector, but most collectors flip unless you're 100% financially stable, and even the richest collectors flip. So those who collect like Hollywood movie memorabilia, like they'll go buy like a DeLorean, hold on to it for 5 years, and then flip it, and then go buy a freaking space shuttle or some shit. Like it's insane. Like, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to build, man. I think I'm going to use I don't have a ton of collectibles, so I think I'm going to use the shapes and all that stuff, and maybe do something like 8-bit. You know, maybe do like a Mario world that's like kind of like giant pixels, maybe like kind of like a Minecraft sort of thing.
That'd be wicked.
Who knows?
Well,
it depends how complex it is.
Yeah, well, from the feedback we've been getting, like, you know, from the first wave of users, it sounds like it's quite easy to sort of pick up once you get going, and as we keep hearing from all over the place, if you can think it, you can build it. So basically, the possibilities are endless. I mean,
they said Metaverse Life said you can import pictures as textures, whether that'll be in the public version. So technically, we can bring in our other NFTs if we just have them as a JPEG in 2D.
Yeah, so that'd be cool as well. See, me in particular, like, you know, I'm thinking I might try and like build myself a little like cinema chain or something like that, or like maybe my own like movie theater chain or something like that. Because I'm more like, you know, into my film and TV and stuff like that. So I can imagine like my VeVeverse space is like one big, like, you know, theater, like a movie theater. Like, you know, I'll have like be chilling there, like, you know, everyone in my movie theater. You'll have like, you know, your because you've got those screens in like the VeVeverse as well, which apparently you can project stuff on. So I have like one of them, like, you know, playing, like, you know, we could be playing this space right now on it. I'll be chilling there with everybody. I'll have like all my collectibles. I have my posters all over the walls, my ultra rare comics, my aliens posters, my predator posters eventually, which I'm going to get all of them. It's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to it.
Well, and you know, by then more people will be creating little short movies and stuff using the characters in the VeVeverse. So then, you know, maybe you can like premiere, like, you know, the Predator, but using like digital collectibles in your theater, and we'll all come and visit you and donate a gem or two. Chiko&Roko, 2 minutes.
Oh, Chiko&Roko, 2 minutes. I better get my tab up. It's like a public service announcement.
For those watching on YouTube, though, they're going to be like, "What?"
Wait, so yeah. Actually, funny enough, like, you know, on my last episode of Relax and Read that I did, because I've recently just started venturing into doing live comic book readings on the VeVe Collective's YouTube channel. For anybody who hasn't seen that, please check it out. And my last reading was What If number 105, which is the first appearance of Mayday Parker. And about halfway through that, like, you know, I had to sort of like have to do like a little public service now saying Chiko&Roko, 2 minutes, and I actually did like a live unboxing on like while I was doing the reading as well. It was quite entertaining.
Hey, that's fun though. I've tuned in for a few minutes on that, but I did watch your first appearance of Silk, probably 75% through. Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, man. I support you, man. I give you my view. You know, my view and my like.
No, well, thank you very much. I appreciate all the views and likes. Like, you know, and like I say all the time, like, you know, any feedback I can get is always greatly appreciated, because I'm always looking to try and improve on the viewer experience. Which
it's super hard on just YouTube for regular format like videos to do well. I mean, it's just so hard nowadays. I mean, the YouTube Shorts side is super easy because it just if people just watch it just long enough, it just pops into the next person's feed, and you can get quite a few views. But you just got to keep grinding at it and being consistent. If you keep doing what you're doing, before you know it, you know, it'll find an audience. So, not saying you don't have one already, but just YouTube, you know, it's all about at least put one upload a week. You know, if you can.
Was everyone doing pretty good? Like, no, I think I'm doing like 3 uploads a week, because I'm doing like, you know, the the 2 Twitter Spaces, which is VeVe Wednesdays and VeVe Weekends, and Relax and Read. So that's so far going pretty well. Oh, here we go. Chiko&Roko, go, go, go. What do we get? We got the Hidden Hut. Woo! So who got theirs? Let's see some 100% or some thumbs ups or anything. Nice. Did you get yours?
Yeah, this is a nice one. Yeah,
this is cool.
I love these types.
Yeah, this is similar to the other one we had a little while back. Was it Up the Mountain or what it was called? Yeah, it's cool. I really do like this the Chiko&Roko project because I reckon it's a nice cheap, easy way to sort of onboard people into the whole AR experience. And they're fun too. Going for the drops and that.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have slept on it as long as I did. When something's free, a lot of times there's no value to it. But you know what? There is value. And eventually you never know. If you can drop these into a metaverse, dude, it's going to be huge.
Oh man, it's going to be great. Yeah, I have to do a big shout out to Evolve Collects because he's the one that got me onto this. And I'm super glad he did. So a big shout out to Evolve. And I whether this is true or not, but I heard there's a rumor that apparently Chiko&Roko might have something to do with VeVe. Do you know anything about that?
Because they said something about David Yu on a space. That's all. I didn't hear the space. I didn't hear the space. I didn't hear the space either. But apparently that was the rumor. I mean, I could see them dropping a VeVe Chiko&Roko just for fun.
Oh, definitely.
Like how they done the NFT collections. Like they could do that. Like one shaped like the heart with David Yu's hair.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And bunny ears.
Oh man, let's do it. That's it. David,
there's no reason. Yeah, we could totally have a drop on VeVe of Chiko&Roko. Just a blind box with 6 of them, and I mean they got to make it cheap though.
Yeah, no, I like that. Maybe because we've got Ron English on the Chiko&Roko platform. Maybe Ron English can put a word into VeVe or something. Maybe we can get something going.
For sure. For sure. I need to buy some more of those now that we can like burn our collectibles. That's what I need to do is buy some more of those Ron English ones. Oh
yeah. So just having a look at them now. Hey, there's cool ones like some of the sunflowers. Do you have any?
He might be the biggest artist on Chiko&Roko. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, like, there's a lot of other artists on here that I'm not particularly familiar with. But yeah, I mean, Ron, the only reason I know who Ron English is because of VeVe. But yeah, these other ones I'm not familiar with them at all. I'm sure they do great work.
I was familiar with his work, just not with him until VeVe because I used to follow Kid Robot toys, and Kozik and Ron English had a lot of different toys that would be released for Kid Robot. And I never bought anything from them. I just, through my life, I'd always check out their website and be like, man, someday I'll buy one of these art toys.
Cool. Also, I just want to say a big thank you to Ms.Gekko, Hinano, Double Quill, D, Shadow, Chris Reyes. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for giving us a bit of your time to come and chill with us. Say, Dave's just dropped in. Dave, good to see you, buddy. Also, if anyone gets a chance, check out the Reset, which will be also airing a bit later on tonight as well, or tonight for me, maybe this afternoon for you guys. Also, amazing content, great hosts, really informative. And yeah, also as well, if anyone else wants to come up to the stage and wants to come and contribute to the conversation, please do so. This is VeVe Weekends, episode 6, brought to you by the VeVe Collective. In case you're wondering who is the VeVe Collective or what is this group I keep shouting about, the VeVe Collective is basically just a group of us that sort of came together to form like a safe space to talk about our love of collecting, pop culture, whether that be film, TV, VeVe, comics, anything like that. Just wanted to create a safe space where we could express that because, like, some of us struggle with that in the real world, I guess we could say. And I've I just happen to be the president of the VeVe Collective, so I don't really go around advertising that. But I was the elected president by our members, so that's a little title I have. And that's why we do these Twitter Spaces, to sort of connect with the community, and just to sort of get to know everybody, and just sort of come and chill and just express our joys of collecting and just riding this crazy train, which is digital collecting in VeVe. Anyway, that's my little spiel.
Yes, it's a safe space for the collectors.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in here. I know there's not a lot, but I recognize all you guys, so it's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, sometimes we get a few, sometimes we get a lot, but we just appreciate everybody taking the time to listen in. And we've got Dave. How are you, Dave?
Yo, what's good, man? Casual, how we doing? You guys good?
Good, mate. How are you?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just wanted to come up, say hello, see how we were doing. Chilling on this lovely Sunday. Relaxing. It's actually a nice day in California. So the first time in a minute. So it's man. Just wanted to come up and say what's up.
So we just having a nice little conversation about Chiko&Roko and some speculation that maybe one day it might find its way onto VeVe.
Oh, that is serious speculation nation right there, boy.
Mm-hmm. I was saying there was a rumor floating around that apparently David Yu's name was mentioned in a Twitter space or something to do with Chiko&Roko, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what happens if Chiko&Roko makes his way to VeVe? Wouldn't that be cool?"
Really, that would be kind of dope. Then I'd feel really stupid for not collecting fucking free NFTs for as long as everyone else has been.
Exactly,
like paltry 70 or 80 of them, and these between Gex and freaking everybody else, they got thousands. Mm-hmm. Nice work.
I know. I feel pretty humble, compared to some people. I think I've only got 50, maybe 50, 40. No, I'm up to what am I up to? Let's have a look. I'm up to 55.
Yeah, we're in the same boat.
So not bad. Yeah, not bad.
One of the things that got me bullish, real quick. One of the things that got me bullish about Chiko&Roko is when they changed some stuff. Some people lost their account. There was a glitch or something. And somebody posted that their mom had been collecting Chiko&Roko, had 200 of them, and she was completely devastated because it was the only thing she had every day that kept her going. And I thought, you know what? That's like Beanie Babies. That's like anything. That's a true collectible. You don't need to think about Web3. You just log on every day and you collect it. And you got this free. It's something for people to do. So I believe that I'm not saying it's going to be the Pokemon, but with all the burning they got going on and all the other stuff going on, there's a chance that if these are interoperable with the VeVeverse or with some of the other metaverses, these could really be something.
It could be. And it's like I was saying before, they're an easy way to onboard people to get familiar with AR technology.
What they did right was they gave it out for free, and they amass an audience that way, because that is the trick. And I don't understand how people never got that. In this space, if you're just coming on the scene, if you're not licensed IP like Disney and nobody knows who you are, that is the absolute best route that you can go, period. Just give it to people for free. Don't make them pay gas. Don't make them pay that. Just give it to them. Get it in their wallet. And that's what I used to tell all these musicians and artists. Just get your stuff in people's wallets and let them have a chance to actually admire it, So I think they did it the right way. And they have some pretty decent artists. They have Ron English on there. I saw a couple of other decent names.
Yeah, so we just got Moonbirds, and we have Azuki. We have the big NFT projects on there. We got a kid called Beast. So those are things that I can't afford, but to know I have a little chunk of history of those huge NFT projects, that's now the licensed IP in a way, So all they got to do is get some random brands to drop on there, and or they include it with your bottle of Sprite. You type in the code, this could be the next thing.
Yeah, true.
But anyways, enough Chiko&Roko. We got our 10 minutes in.
No, that's cool.
For Ms.Gekko.
No, it's all good, mate. That's what the space is all about, mate. Talking about all different facets of collecting, whether that be Chiko&Roko, whether you're into Palm, whether you're into what else we got now? We've got Starboys, we've got McFarlane.
Chris was down there. We got to shout out Quid, because I always see Chris talking about Quid. He's a hell of a good representative for that platform down below. I'll give them a shout out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, me personally, I'm not overly familiar with Quid, but yeah, definitely give Chris a shout out if that's what you're into, Chris. Say, because I remember you came up a while back to talk about Quid. But yeah, like I said, I'm not overly familiar with the project, but I tend to just sort of go with VeVe. Though I am getting a little bit more interested in Cryptoys because they've got some cool stuff. And we were actually lucky enough to have Will in one of our spaces a little while ago as well.
Yeah,
he's that was awesome. That
stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Will is cool. I mean, like I sort of put Will on the same sort of pedestal as as David Yu. Just gets down to the to the consumer level, actually takes the time to sort of like interacts with the customers, gets to know what they're feeling and actually tries to do something about it. Whereas David does exactly the same thing.
He may or may not be a guest host on another show today.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Maybe you should tune in for that show. Maybe.
I'll tell you this much: you definitely want to tune into the show because we got some juice. We got some juicy juice. They're like, "Well, is it like FUD or is it?" And I'm like, "Well, it depends."
Let's find out.
Right? I guess what side of the aisle that you're on, but yeah. If you're a fan of decentralization, it's not FUD. If you're not, maybe it is. I don't know. Who knows?
It's like, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
No, we're good. Well, unfortunately, I probably won't be able to tune in because I think when you guys do your spaces, it's like super late for me, but I will definitely try and catch it on the replay.
Good stuff. You want me to just tell you now?
Can I guess?
Nah, come on.
Nah. It's like, would you really tell me now? It's like, no, of course not.
No, come on.
That ruined the surprise.
Surprise.
Nah, cool thing. So, David, did you go for any of the drops on VeVe today or anything lately?
Nah, bro, I haven't gone for a VeVe drop in fucking 7-8 months, maybe, bro. I'm not by choice, you know what I mean? Like, well, don't get me wrong. I did try and go for like obviously the big name comic books, like the Hulk and all the other ones, like, but struck out no luck. But yeah, like I had my time in VeVe. It was amazing. Like I come here for like the people, and I just wanted to do like some like different things. You know what I mean? I wanted my money to kind of go elsewhere, and
that's cool.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like for me, like don't get me wrong. I love everything about VeVe. Like it fucking did wonders for me. It was amazing for me. It kind of was what gave me kind of like my the boost that I needed, like to begin with. Like it was just a compliment to crypto when I first came in, and it really taught me about like NFT. Like I made it a point to learn about NFTs through VeVe. Like legit, that's how I learned about like NFTs, and that's why I bought my first OpenSea NFT was after I was in VeVe for a minute. So yeah, man, I like it.
Nah, cool. Yeah, me personally, I really hadn't had much to do with OpenSea until I started getting drop heads from My Collectables and Light Parade from Kid Arcade. But other than that, had nothing to do with OpenSea.
What about now? Are you trying OpenSea now?
Occasionally. The only other things I've ever gotten from OpenSea is basically just a couple of free NFTs from some competitions I won. A friend of mine, Olga at ETH, was doing her new Cool Dogs project at the time, so I grabbed a couple of them while she was doing that. She is also doing a new project now, which I believe is called MetaKitties, I believe.
Okay, so you have like a MetaMask wallet. Like you know how to use it.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I know that.
All right, good. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people in VeVe don't. Like they just literally just stay kind of like in their own like little bubble. And look, that's to each their own. You know what I'm saying? But I just think like people do themselves a little bit of a disservice by just kind of staying like in one lane. You could do both. You could do multiple. You could do like a ton of stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like VeVe does have like that that sort of caveat, like it is a walled garden as such, but I guess it's got that level of safety that like that OpenSea doesn't have, and it's also easy to use as well. Whereas like you see something, you pay with your credit card, it's yours. That's that sort of mentality. Whereas OpenSea, like there's a lot more. If you're not paying attention or you click the wrong button or something, there's a lot more that can potentially happen.
Yeah, you got to be super alert. We used to have we had somebody in the community that says you got to be careful because there's no Coast Guard on the open sea.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's a very, very true saying. Like no, cool. But I mean, like to get more education out there about how to use things like MetaMask and OpenSea would probably be good as well. Like, because the way the world is turning, like more people are probably going to have to be exposed to these. More exposed to these sort of products and get used to using them.
You want to know something, Osman? Like as you're saying that, I'm actually thinking about it and knowing what I know now in terms like where something called like account abstraction and how you're really not going to need an actual wallet or fucking 12 or 24 words anymore. It might make sense to like stay insulated in VeVe at a certain point. You know what I mean? And just wait till the storm blows over, wait till all the nonsense and everybody else outside loses all their money. And then once we figure this thing out, then it's like, we'll tell you when it's okay to kind of come out. That really might not be the worst strategy. No,
of course. I mean, like it was actually, the question was actually raised like, a couple of spaces back saying like, that because like, VeVe's like, it doesn't have like, interoperability and all that sort of stuff is like, the question was like, well, say if VeVe did have interoperability, how many people would actually use it? Like how many people would actually transfer like, their collectibles like onto OpenSea or onto into their MetaMask and stuff like that? Like how many people would actually be comfortable using that? Probably.
Exactly. People don't even know what they're asking for. They don't even know what they're asking for.
Yeah. Like, there wouldn't be many
what
people.
I think's great? Oh, sorry. I always thought this was great about interoperability. When people start transferring it to their wallets and they start losing shit, the prices on VeVe will start going up because they won't. Oh yeah, there used to be this many wallets. Now there's 18.
Yeah, because a lot of people know because I said the wrong wallet addresses or something.
That's good. You have any Bitcoin or lost forever?
Oh, like tons. Well, that's it. I mean,
because of that exact reason, like it's true. You're right, Casual. Like that's the way. Like that's it. It goes like that.
That's it. I mean, like they say, like there's 21 million Bitcoin, but like in reality, there's probably like close to maybe like 18 or 17 or something like that, due to the fact that like they've been lost like on hard drives or sent to wrong wallet addresses or God knows whatever. I mean, like you hear stories all the time. I mean, like especially that one where some bloke was mining Bitcoin, and I think was his mum or something threw his computer out or something. It had like millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin on it, and he's like spent like months like scouring like the local tip or something like that, trying to find it. But I don't think he ever found it.
Ouch!
I know. I was just like, ooh.
It's like the guy that spent all that Bitcoin on pizza, or like
the pizza guy.
That's rough. That is rough.
Yeah, but again, at the time, you didn't know any better, did you?
Yeah, I guess.
So back in those days, my brother's now passed away. He had a traumatic brain injury from a motorcycle. But during that period of time where he was recovering, he started like ordering certain drugs because he wanted to be like limitless. He wanted to find, because there's a lot of those neuro drugs and stuff on the dark web.
Yeah.
So he would go on there and like order just absolutely random ass shit from like China and stuff. And I was thinking the other day, I have like 3 or 4 of his like old ass laptops. I'm like, what if he got into Bitcoin? What if there's something on one of these computers? Like he was buying this shit back in the day where you needed to usually use crypto and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the thought I've had. Not to get dark.
Maybe. You never know.
That's not dark to me. That's a story that could have a potential really big light at the end of that.
I know. I was thinking like, like my brother didn't have a lot, but even if he only bought a few $100s worth and had something, left on something. But it is what it is. It's a fun little thought to throw out there.
Okay, well in that case, what about we throw it something a bit more reliable? What about something like OMI? So you reckon OMI might be in that sort of early Bitcoin stage? Could this be like us buying Bitcoin at like $50 or something? Like does OMI have the potential to go like the 20 million or whatever the stupid number is?
Nah, I mean, maybe not in my lifetime, but who knows? I mean, look, anything's possible, but like I highly doubt that. But look, like we've burned through a lot. You know what I mean? Like we've actually burned through a lot of Omi. Like we've been here. I mean, I've been here 2+ 2.5 years almost. Like that's a lot of time. That's a lot of burning. That's a lot of drops. And you know, the more, and I feel like there's still some. I don't know. I don't really know like how many big, huge name characters there are left, but like between like some of the X-Men and a few other characters that I hear some of these guys talk about in these spaces, like there's still some pretty big grails out there that they can drop. And when you see those drop days, when you see those burns, I mean, we're talking in the billions. So I mean, if it stays down if the price stays down at these levels, so we'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
Actually, that is a good point. Like, you know, just going back to drops, like, you know, Avengers 1. Last I looked, the common of that was only floating around the 25 gem mark, which is for a big grail book is actually quite cheap.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty cheap.
So I'm just doing a bit
by design.
Yeah. I'm just doing a quick little bit of market watch right now. So Avengers 1 is sitting on the floor for 25 gems and 52 frags. So considering like the other grail books, like, you know, your Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, I think a lot of them are sitting around the 40 mark.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the comic book guys though kind of back this up, saying like Avengers 1 wasn't really like the biggest book. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of in line with what they've been saying. Like, I mean, I trust the shit out of those guys.
Same. Yeah, because I think was it Sleeping Comics put a video out not long ago saying like, no, we still got a couple of big grail books left. Like we got like what have we got left? We got Captain America, got X-Men. Casual's got his hand up. Yeah, Casual.
Oh no, I was just gonna say we're just at a really interesting point right now. A lot of people are flooring stuff for the cash out in Europe, and a lot of people are jumping out and jumping into Omi. And like last year, a lot of people didn't have liquidity, and there were so many big NFT projects that dropped. And it's the end of the summer; people are going on their last trip, and it's back to school. It's back to school time. Like there was somebody complaining they want their $3,000 the other day for real life. I took out a little bit. I took out my little initial investment because I'm up, so it didn't really hurt my collection, but I had some things come up this year, and I just think there's still the real world involved with this. There are, like my name says, casual users out there, and there's a lot of them. And I just think some people are holding back. They're just playing the drop game. They're hoping to get that low mint. We will see those prices go back up. Those prices are cheap. Those are for people to start accumulating. Those are for the whales. I think there's still time to run around. We can still get the Amazing Fantasy for like $330, but I think some of those days are going to disappear soon, especially with that book.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, let's do a quick little thing on Amazing Fantasy. Where's that sitting at the moment?
How do you think those? Sorry, Osman.
No, go, mate.
How casual Osman? How do you think those casual, like those actual, like, the users that aren't in the app every single day, right? Like, how do you think they're actually viewing the blockchain? Like, you think like they give a shit? You think they know? You think they like what kind of a profile do you think that user is?
Yeah, well, I mean, so full discrepancy, or like I referred several people, 5 people who haven't KYC'd. All my referrals have not. One of them has a KYC. Those are casual users, and they still like their collection. Like when they were able to get back in their account when they lowered the KYC restriction, my boss was like, "Look, I still have my King uncommon," and he was all happy. And they don't give a shit about the blockchain. They just see like the news, and they get kind of scared, and they know that I told them about this and that a little bit, but they're really kind of confused about everything. Like I think a lot of people do just like collectibles, digital collectibles, once they have them and they can see what they can do with them. Because like I see these 2 old ladies I work with, they're both 60, and they were collecting Marvel Mighties. The one completed, she only needed one more. She had both of the Mermacorno sets. She just needed one more, but the problem is she completed them at the all-time high. So like she had flipped a few things and stuff, and then she never got that last one. And then they didn't KYC, and she's just like, oh, well, I lost that. And she said her son told her to not deal with that shit anymore because it's NFTs. And so these are casual users. They really like VeVe. It's and those people have a sour taste in their mouth. But in terms of the blockchain, I just don't think, a lot of people are going to care about that. That's why nobody's redeemed those movie posters, those Loconto posters. Like, people are like, NFTs, what? They don't have any idea.
Interesting. Very interesting take. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, do you care, Casual? Like, Osman? Like,
oh yeah, I care. I mean, I'm here. I care. No, I care about all that and stuff, but I can't get those regular people to care. They just like Marvel. They like the idea that they're going to be able to, I could sell them on like the VeVeVerse or the future. Like, you're going to own this in the future, and and older people like the comic book idea. Like my boss, he really liked the digital comic book thing, because he's like, yeah, I lost my comic books when I was in my 20s and this and that, and he was really hyped about it. So I'm sold on all that. Like, I'm sold on digital collectibles, like, for sure. Like, that's a hard one to sell people on when we're playing the crypto game and this and that, and there is an audience for that. It's just the whole blockchain thing is going to be tough to really like educate people on.
Yeah, for sure. So we got Löcö up. Löcö, how are you, mate?
Hello, sir. Hey, I just took this opportunity to come up. Hey, Dave. Casual, I wanted to talk to you. I went out with one of my friends last night, and he kind of he's into silver and minting and coins and stuff. And what he was telling me about last night is there's the New Zealand Mint. They made a Star Wars, but what they did was they did a blind box for it. And they had a certain number of like almost like VeVe, to the point where they had commons, uncommons, rares, legendaries, all these ones that went up, but they were blind box. And the guy was opening them and selling them on the thing. My friend got a bunch of them, and what they did was they inserted certain, like, some of the had solid gold Darth Vaders in them, and my friend bought. They were maybe going for $250 at the time, and this is like less than a month ago, and now they've all gone up to $600, and they're doing the same thing. The New Zealand Mint's doing the same thing with Marvel now. They're pre-selling these blind boxes, and it's definitely not. It's only if you want to take a chance, right? Because the gold Vader is selling for $25,000 on eBay, so it's like, it's, you're not gonna. I mean, most likely you're not going to hit the grail, but these people are going hog wild in the aftermarket for this stuff. And I didn't know if he'd heard about it. And I just wanted to mention it to you, Casual. What's going on?
Yeah. So right now, like, I'm essentially the VeVe ambassador for the New Zealand Mint, and so is VeVe Magic. She came on board when Oswald came on. Anyone can apply for affiliate, but very few people get it because they don't want to overload Twitter, I imagine. You can't have so many posts about it, but I have the most New Zealand posts on Twitter currently. But anyways, so I'm in the group. I'm in the Mint Trading Coins group, and I'm watching what's going on, and I can't believe it. Like, people are really paying up the ass. But a lot of people in there are like, no, I'm not here to pay. I'm here to trade. That's what these coins were invented for. So people are actually trading. They're calling each other up. And I'm sure they're watching the NFT game. They see what's going on with the VeVe. But yeah, the Marvel ones are coming out, and you bet your ass I'm saving my money. It's coming out next month.
Yeah, they're dope. That my friend told me. Great. Because I got to hook you up with my friend, dude. Because all he does is buy silver and stuff. So I'll have to get next time I talk to him. But yeah, I guess those collectors over there, they don't care, man. They're not. They just want, like you said, they're pieces for collectors. Like, they want to make the sets. These are full-on sets, and people are working really hard to get them. So I just thought it was dope. I didn't realize that it was the New Zealand Mint.
They have a community. Yeah, dude, I've been following them for a long time. And if I would have bought the coins that I saw when I was, a long time ago, when they first released the Batman chibis and stuff, just like VeVe, they're the first appearance of Batman in chibi format in a 1 ounce silver coin released by the New Zealand Mint. If you go look, the first ones up, they're like $300. It's only 1 ounce of silver. So there is money to be made in that. Here's a good example right now. There is a tarot card set that came out. I think there's like 70 cards in the tarot card set. But anyways, the very first silver coin, I think it was $99. It's like $1,700 on eBay. Now, if you just buy every coin on there, some of them are cheaper on eBay. You kind of got to pay attention to the mint size. But one of the things that blew my mind is they released a Guardians of the Galaxy coin. I think it had 223 coins. I thought it was going to take months to sell out. It sold out like instantly. Probably one guy bought them all because it was the first appearance of Chris Pratt on a coin, I believe. It might not have been, not 100% sure, but I'm trying to figure out, like, how the hell did those sell out so fast? So there's just people, just like people who are going to buy everything that comes on VeVe. There's people just buying all that silver.
Yeah, that's crazy casual. Because the thing is, my friends, I have one friend that's buying it like mad and flipping silver now. And because my other friends are like, well, you can just buy an ounce of silver for this amount. It's stupid to buy these. But they didn't realize that it's just another collector thing. You know what I'm saying? They're literally making sets and collecting Star Wars and Marvel, just silver. And my friend is really into it, like really, really into it. He bought 10 of those sets, and he opened a 1 in 50 and a 1 in 20, and he saved the rest of them. He's been flipping them for I guess they're like 600 at least on eBay, and they cost like 150. So he's been doing really good with that. So good luck, bud. I hope you kill it, man.
Hey, Osman, can I pin a tweet?
Yeah, of course you can. Go for it.
Okay, but it has one of my affiliate links, and I'm just saying it out loud. But this is about what he's talking about, and I actually made a picture of all the rarities of coins. That way, you guys can just like see it directly. You can't buy it anyways; it's sold out. So
yeah,
share with community.
Super.
No, that's cool, man.
The Marvel. I just wanted to let everybody know that the Star Wars ones are banging. They're like you said, they make tons of money. But if you like Marvel, that's the next one to come out with the mint in this same thing with the commons, the uncommons. There's going to be golds. There's going to be collector stuff. It's all going to be the Marvel ones. So just a heads up. I don't have any.
No, it's good.
I don't have any. I just know that casual. I just wanted to pick his brain about it because my friend was all about it last night.
Yeah, check the pin right there. I got a picture of all the rarities in one little square.
Guys, I'm gonna eat some lunch. I'm just gonna be listening in the background. I appreciate this, though, Osman. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And yeah, no worries. And just to go back to Dave's question about, like, will people care about the blockchain and stuff like that? The answer is probably no, because if the collectors care more about the collecting side of things, I've been like, I know me, like take me for example. I use the internet, I use Google and all that sort of stuff every day. But do I care about, like, the coding language? Do I care about, like, HTML or however the thing's made? No, I don't. The only thing I care about is that I Google something and it gives me an answer. So I guess that's the sort of same sort of concept you can apply, like, sort of collecting. I mean, like, do I care about the blockchain? I care about the blockchain, yes, but is it the be all and end all? No, because I care more about Spider-Man or I care more about X-Men, and that's what I grew up with, and that's what I connect with.
So I have one question before I go. So
yeah,
how, like, I know that, like, obviously, like, the VeVe app sits on layer 2 on IMX, right? And
that's true.
You guys obviously know that Ethereum is a big public ledger. Like, do you think that, like, if everybody's stuff was public, would that change kind of like people's collecting style?
Possibly. I mean, possibly, because then people will know, like, where, like, because you got mint hunters, they'll know, like, where all the mints are hiding, and maybe sort of change things in that sense, perhaps.
Okay. And from any other facet or anything else?
I don't know. Why? What you got?
No. I'm just curious because, like, how we have these debates all the time where it's like, oh, they're not real NFTs, and people are like, oh yeah, because they have to get minted to L1, right? Like, in order for, like, that's where the smart contract sits. So I'm just curious, like, if it all of it sat on Ethereum layer 1, then, like, well, like, how would that change, like, people's collecting style? Like, casual, like, Löcö, Osman, like, I'd be really curious to hear.
Okay.
Right now it probably matters, because if we find out that Crypto's Mickey Mouse is the first on the blockchain, we're going to see some movement there, but
yeah, true.
I think at the end of the day, it comes down to fandom. It's just like those who love Xbox. They're going to play the shittier quality of the game that's better on PS4 because that is what they've dedicated themselves to. They've already bought the controller and the headset. So I'm talking long term. I don't know if all that matters in terms of the value for the collectibles. But yeah, today it's going to change. It'll probably switch some things up.
Yeah. I know. I guess it depends on like the individual. I guess you could say. I mean, like I said, like some people, like you said, some people collect Xbox because that's what they connect with, because that's what they've played with all their life. So that's what they stay with. All, but then you've got like the collector who's like like I said before, like the mint hunter, who like will use like that sort of information to his advantage to try and find certain mints or. But then, like you said, then there's the debate of first on the blockchains and all that. So that information will be available. I don't know. I guess it's the same like concept of like. It's a tool, but it all comes down to the individual about how they use it. I mean, like it's like they say like about a hammer. Like a hammer can be used like to build a house, or it can be used to to destroy something. I mean, it all comes down to like what the individual does with it.
Gotcha. Appreciate the feedback, gents. I'm gonna go eat some lunch. Thank you for the space, man.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, no worries.
We're very casual. That's all I want to say.
Very casual.
Yeah, nah. Listen, I definitely want listen, everybody who's here, I promise you, come through the reset. It's gonna be a really, really good episode. I hope to see everybody there.
Mm.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
definitely. That's it, guys. If you can tune in, and also thank you for tuning into this space as well. We've got a few more listeners trickled in. So we got Yates, say B Grand, say VeVeNFT Digital. Good to see you, buddy. MPAX, always a pleasure. Nas, always a pleasure to have you here, mate. Daniel Marquez, thank you for joining us. So PQ, Daddy-O, Rob's Cooks. I think I got that right. If I butcher people's names, I do apologize. Sometimes I do struggle. Like I said, this is WebV Weekends, episode 6, brought to you by the WebV Collective. And we've just been having a nice discussion about collecting coins. We had a little bit about Chiko&Roko as well. It's been definitely a different flavor of topics this time around, but that's what I like about these spaces. Like every space is never the same. There's always something different. There's always something that everyone contributes to the conversation, which is great, which always makes it that little bit more exciting and interesting. And like I said before, if anybody wants to come up to the stage and say something, or just wants to come up and say hi or contribute to the conversation, you're more than welcome to do so. It's a safe space. Just please don't be a troll. Even though trolls are fun to have from time to time, but I would prefer someone who would can just come up and say hi or contribute to the space. I could also do with a co-host as well, to have more people up to the space if anyone's up for it. Because right now I've only got a slot for three people.
Impacts, come up.
Loco loves being co-host. Come on, Loc.
I can co-host if you want, but yeah, I'm MPAX. I think I have MPAX blocked, so you may get kicked out of the room if you co-host me.
Oh shit!
All right,
you guys are besties.
I'm teasing. I'm just joking around.
Oh my god! Let's not start.
Yeah, I can co-host, but no sweat if you want. I just bring people up and stuff. Tony, come up here. Clint, get up here.
Yeah, sure. Why not? So, like I said, if you're able to, please do. If not, if you just want to chill in the background and listen, that's also cool as well.
Ms.Gekko, you're always invited. Everybody's invited. Everybody, come on up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said before, it's a safe space. Everyone's welcome. So go for it if you're able to. So what else has been happening in the world? Just going over my list of stuff here. But yeah, like I said, not much really been going on in the VeVe space at all. Like I said, we've just had what we had. We've had the Tinkerbell drop. We've had the Predator drop. We've got a comic book coming soon as well. I think it's a New Avengers number 27, I believe, which is the first appearance of Clint Barton as Hawkeye. Clint Barton as Ronan. That's what I was supposed to say. So that's a FA there. So that might be something you want to go for. The rare and ultra covers are looking pretty nice though. Yeah. So did anybody go for any of the Predator posters today? Oh, we got. Oh, hello. Oh, Well, there we go. Sorry, my system's trying to rug me. There we go.
Yeah, no posters today, man. But you know what I did buy? Miss Minutes, and she's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, does she look really good in AR? Like I've seen some of the photos on X, like
she's incredible. She's my favorite collectible right now. She's and I play Marvel Snap, so and she's
nice.
She's animated in the game too, so it's kind of fun. They did a really good job. I wish VeVe had kind of cross promoted it with Snap, because Snap has like I don't know 20 million users or something, and the Miss Minutes in the game is absolutely looks exactly like the one that I'm gonna put a post about it, because I think people would be interested to see her in the game and stuff. So when I hit that board again on the game, I'm gonna screenshot it. And but I just she's fire for sure.
Cool. Have we got Ms.Gekko's up as well? How are you, Ms.Gekko?
Hey guys, hey Loco, Dave, Casual. What's up?
Yo.
What's good?
What's good? How's things?
Oh, pretty good. Had a busy day today. Got the calendar ready for the upcoming week, prepping for our show tonight, and I was just in on Chiko&Roko picking up some items that were on my wish list.
Very nice. Yeah, well, we were just talking about the drop a little while ago, saying the hidden hut looks very nice. So it's very similar to that up the mountain one we had a little while back.
Yeah, I saw. I don't collect Chiko&Roko, but I think it's pretty neat. But I saw, did they kind of pair up with the moon bars or something? That's interesting.
Yeah, we got a moonbird last week, I think, a couple days ago.
That's fun. That's the beginning of. I mean, imagine if I don't know who's running it, but can you imagine if they got like a Bored Ape or one of a Pudgy Penguin too or something? Those are cool.
So, did we get? I think we got Pudgy Penguin. Or no, what did we get? We got. Let me check. We got a kid called Beast. Let me check. We got something.
That's wild.
Yeah, man, that's a start for sure. But it's something to add to the community, whether in VeVe or whatnot. Like it just adds a little something, a little flair. It gets boring. It's boring sometimes in between drops and in between drama.
No, so it's just good for another project to just sort of be succeeding in the space, man. Because that's what it's all about, like trying to help promote everybody and see everybody achieving winning the space, whether that be Cryptoys, whether that be McFarlane, whether that be VeVe, whether that be anybody, just because they all help to sort of promote the space and bring awareness to to what's going on.
100%.
So, Löcö, did you pick up anything else today, or just miss minutes?
I broke down and I bought the Lantern Tinkerbell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I figured why not. I overpaid. Somehow I overpaid for it. I don't know
how. FA, man, gotta have that FA.
Yeah. I mean, that's the real. I think that's the visually pleasing one. So, and I think when collectors come here, I've kind of said this before. Like, if I would ban the other two Tinkerbells from. I wouldn't let them in the club. So they're not coming in the vault, and so yeah, I don't know, man. When people come here, they're gonna want the beautiful stuff. Some of the collectibles I bought in the past, I thinned out because I was like, this just doesn't fit in my collection. It's kind of wonky looking and it's not visually pleasing. Just because people say it's valuable, it's not valuable to me. So I cut some of the stuff that I didn't like to look at in my thing. It's just, so that's probably what's going to happen is, I mean, I would imagine in a few years, if people come here and even though one's very rare, more rare and stuff, but the one is just the animation ones are just, and David's smart to make those the commons or the uncommons, because those are the valuable ones, I think. Some of them,
Yeah, plus this Tinkerbell got a lot of roasting as well, like, because a lot of people were disappointed with it, just in comparison to the last couple of drops we've had, like, how it's just one Tinkerbell series, like, a lot of people were expecting me included, I was expecting, like, a Peter Pan or maybe a Hook or a Wendy or even a Lost Boy or something, not like, three different versions of Tinkerbell.
Yeah, and it looks like This is a recorded space. No comment.
Yeah, no, it's all good, mate. It's all good.
I'm just.
But yeah.
Oh, I gotta say something about Tinkerbell. All right, I'm gonna. I love everybody out there in the VeVe space. It's very tempting to make the sexual content and the goofy shit like that. Like, yeah, I get it. We all have those temptations, but man, that is not good. That is not good for the licensors. I've seen some of the videos that have been coming out lately.
Yeah.
And if people remember on YouTube, we had Elsa Gate. People were dressing up like Elsa and Spider-Man and doing lewd things, and kids were watching. And then we had the YouTube adpocalypse. And now you have to claim if your YouTube's content's for kids. I create pet content and stuff with cats and dogs. And a lot of times I use children's toys in those videos. I deleted most of those videos. Like my cat would be reacting to a little kid's robot toy or something. Because I thought, you know what, I'm not making content for children. So that's going to end up affecting VeVe long term and this whole space. Like, I wouldn't recommend making freaking weird ass Tarzan and Tinkerbell content. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, I figured that might have been the one you would have been leaning towards. I have seen that floating around on X. Yeah, I mean, I probably agree with that. I mean, like, obviously, like, people do what they want to do, but yeah, it's probably not a good look in the long term. But again, everyone to their own.
Just joking about it probably will get you demonetized now on YouTube when you. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty well made. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, not my kind of content.
Well, there's worse stuff out there for sure. I mean, we all know our buddy Tran has created a couple of images that is stuck in my mind.
Oh, yeah. That guy's class. That guy. I mean, like, every time I see like a post on X, like, he always seems to be like in front of like a massive buffet or something like that. I'm just like, this guy, he's like a king.
Yeah, that's our VeVe pharmacist. We love that guy for sure.
Yeah, no, seems like a cool guy. But yeah. No, as for the Tinkerbell drop itself, it sort of begs the question. So, because we got the Aladdin one coming up next, it's like, so what are they going to drop for the Aladdin one? Are they going to drop like just like one set of Aladdin, or like an Aladdin character? Or are they going to have like maybe like Aladdin and the genie, or Jasmine, maybe even the tiger or the monkey? What do you reckon we're going to get? Is that casual?
The genie.
But
we're getting the genie.
But now comes the question: is like, whether is it going to be the Robin Williams genie, or is it going to be the Will Smith genie?
Oh no! Don't go there.
Because
shit!
I hope absolutely God that it's the Robin Williams genie.
Yeah, it'll be the Robin Williams one for sure. I mean, we're not just because I maybe who knows? It might be one that we don't even know that's coming out yet. Might be like some new one that's coming out next year.
Maybe. Or it could be like some like random character we haven't even thought of. Maybe it's just like something like completely like off the cuff, like like the Sultan or something. I don't know.
What if it's a genie that just does like a basic animation, so you can put it by your lamp, and it'll look like it's coming out. Maybe he'll just have like a poof into existence. I could see that.
That could be cool. Yeah, that could be cool. Yeah. What about you, Löcö? You got anything to add?
I'm not. I'm getting more in the collectibles. Nope. 100% into the comics and not the collectibles, but some of the collectibles have really drawn me over. I to be honest with you, P Grand went over my thing the other day. I bought Rambo. I bought Swamp Thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I mean, the prices are so reasonable now. All the stuff that I've wanted is within my, it's really it's bad and good at the same time, Yeah,
no, I totally agree with you. I mean, like some of the older stuff, like that, like I've had my eye on like for ages, like dropped in price so dramatically. It's just like so hard to hold on to gems now. I mean, like one that I picked up a little while ago was Spider-Man #1, which is the first meeting of Peter Parker and Miles Morales. And there was like a low 4-digit mint of that going for like 25 gems. And back like way back when, like I'd seen this thing as high as like 90 to like 100 gems. I was just like, that's a steal. I have to have it. I was like, I can't afford it, but I have to have it.
When you made that post, I literally was. Oh, sorry about that, Loco. I was thinking about that comic literally like an hour beforehand. I was going through the app. I was thinking, what covers would people want as posters? We used to think like that all the time when they were saying it was coming in the showroom. But that comic specifically, the uncommon is really nice. The rare and the ultra rare, for sure. Those are like and my collectibles always says he's collecting the Spider-Man covers. He knows what he's doing. Like people are going to want those Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, you've heard it said like other spaces and like from other content creators like they focus like trusting the IP. I mean, like Spider-Man, like Spider-Man's like on the same level as like Star Wars. It's probably gonna like be around forever. But yeah, but I do like this cover as well because like as far as I know, it's the only ultra rare comic book cover that Humberto Ramos has done. Besides the 1 of 1, I think we've got in the app as well. And also, it's the only other cover with Miles Morales on the front of it, as like in his Spider-Man get-up. Whether also the other one being the I can't remember it now, but it has like the first appearance of it's off the top of my head now. I forgot it. I'll try and find it now. But it's basically the Miles Morales from the 616 universe is like evil. Ultimatum, that's the word. FA Ultimatum.
I think the big thing about the one that you got, the Humberto Ramos one, I mean it's gorgeous. He's one of my favorite artists. Crimson was just incredible. He did a werewolf comic that was just unreal. I think the thing is, from what I remember, Miles, it's the first time he comes to the 616, right? Usually it's Peter Parker or those people going to his universe. I think that was the first time he came to the 616. So that's what's but yeah, I think you're right. Now that the comic book covers are going to be allowed in the VeVeverse, or some of those are going to just be just real nice,
Yeah.
And the thing when you were talking earlier about the older comics, like the being around the same value or the around the same price tag or a little bit more, even of Avengers 1, if they're FAs, which makes it important, but the print run is so much smaller now that the 10,000 mint run compared to 60 that's a huge difference. So
massive.
Yeah, I mean, short of the FA, if you get into characters, some of these comics that like the Punisher is a perfect example. Somebody posted about the SR Punisher is just, it's incredible looking. That a 10,000 print run on Punisher, that's a serious comic book that's being overlooked compared to a 60,000 of something you've not. I mean, and I joke around about this, that when I meet everyone I know, like I met so many cool collectors here, and none of them had ever heard of Marvel 1, ever, until they came to VeVe. I had set up at conventions. I still do. I've set up at the flea market since I was 20 years old. I'd never even heard of it. Okay, I just didn't get into the history of the it just wasn't a thing. It was always Amazing Spider-Man 300, or it was FA Gambit, or those are the books people wanted. Ever even talked about it. So when I got here and everyone's like, this is the most buy this. So it's like, yo, I'm not gonna buy that because I don't even know what it is. It's not interesting to me.
Well, that's it, because no, that's right, because it doesn't resonate with you, like it doesn't connect with you. Whereas like something with Spider-Man on the front, like might connect more with you.
Oh, for sure, and that's what's gonna. What I've said if you come here and people they're not going to, if they get the collectors that they want here, you're not going to be able to tell people what to collect. They're going to collect what they want. And it's going to be the IP that they love and the nostalgia. That's nostalgia. Clint, he's right, man. And you're right too. If I come on here, I have nostalgia from watching the Electric Company when I was 5 years old, and I saw Spider-Man sitting next to Morgan Freeman. I was like, yo, that is cool as hell. That's what I want. You know, I mean, yeah. So I'm glad it's the collectors at heart are starting to pop their heads up here. You know.
Yeah, for sure. So just looking back, like, you know, another good one I picked up lately as well was Amazing Spider-Man #3, which is the first appearance of the ultra rare of FA Doc Ock. So that was another one I got like at a really good price, which is like another low digit 4 mint. That again I'd seen like, you know, for hundreds of gems, but I managed to snag it for like, you know, 50 gems. So it just goes to show, like, you know, if you wait long enough, if you're patient enough, and you keep watching these things, eventually you might get your opportunity to get what you want at a decent price. And again, that's another good book to have as well. Yeah, Casual. So you got your hand up again, mate.
So I think the whole thing with Marvel Comics #1 on VeVe, it's kind of like, since Disney took over, they got their own plan to re-educate the masses on comic books, I believe, and they're setting, just like with the Disney 100 covers, you know, in 100 years from now, people think those were the first comic books, you know. So I just think they're trying to educate people on comics using VeVe and in the real world, because there's actually, you know, they're releasing the Marvel Comics coin on the NZ Mint here like next month too. So they're probably going to have like some movie tie-ins or something with Loki to do with, you know, that they're going to, I just feel like everything they're doing is like so planned out now. I mean, at the end of the day, it's to get you to buy more merchandise, but
of course,
they're definitely doing a good job of educating us on a lot of different stuff in the Marvel universe.
Actually, speaking of Marvel Universe, have you been keeping up with any of the TV shows?
I'm behind.
I was saying, because we've got Loki season 2 coming up shortly, and I think we've got the second season of Baby Groot coming up soon as well. Just for those who are interested in the Marvel TV shows.
Yeah, I don't have Disney Plus currently, so it's like
right.
I just don't find myself watching enough TV. But you know, then I get upset because there's awesome shows that come out, and it's like, dang it, I got to sign back up, and it's not a, you know, that's the main goal too, to make sure we all have Disney Plus.
That's yeah, exactly. Like for me, like, you know, having 2 small kids, like, you know, Disney Plus is like a utility in my house. I put it on the same pedestal as, like, you know, my gas and electrics.
Yep.
But yeah, so
Biggie lets me use his Disney Plus. Shout out to Biggie.
Honestly, now, oh sweet.
Yeah, that's VeVe utility right there. I never would have met him without you, VeVe.
Nice one.
Yeah, that is the one thing that VeVe or the Web3's brought, is some really cool people into my life. Some real jerks too, by the way. But way more cool people than jerks, but the jerks really stand out.
Yeah, but I suppose you need the jerks, don't you? To sort of like make things, like, you know, interesting, like, you know, have a bit more fun. Add a bit spicy, as you could say.
Yeah, that's why I like the safe spaces.
Yeah.
Oh, this hard.
No, for sure. I mean, I'm exactly the same. Like, you know, that's one of the reasons why I'm still here. Like, you know, is a community as well. I mean, just the amount of people I've met, like, you know, through doing these Twitter spaces, and, like, you know, the friendships I've formed, like, you know, from creating, like, you know, from help create, like, you know, the VeVe collective, and like just connecting with people on VeVe, and that, like, you know, these are people that are, like, you know, I consider like dear friends, and I'll go, like, you know, to have them, like, in my life for the rest of my life. I mean, like, and you're meeting people, like, you know, doing things you never thought were possible. I mean, like, if you sort of said to me, like, you know, three years ago or something like that, I'd be sitting in front of my laptop here, like talking in Twitter Spaces, like or doing like YouTube videos, like doing comic book readings and joining in on online streaming. I would tell you, like you're nuts, like you don't know what you're talking about, but yet here I am. And that's the beauty of the Web3 space.
That is cool. Today, Sunday was flea market day today, Osman. So
wasn't it?
Yeah, I had. I've been a hoarder for a little bit, like not a collector like comics. Like I just been buying them for. I don't even know why I do it, but I put it on hold for a while. At least 6 months since I bought a comic from the flea, because I was just like, you got to stop. You got to sell some of these. But today when I went, they had these. In the old days, Marvel Comics had a subdivision. It was called Star Comics. It was still put out by Marvel, but they just called it Star. And I'm pretty sure VeVe could start dropping these. And they were the baby version or the little kid version. So some of the titles they had were like Muppet Babies, the Ewoks.
Oh, love those Ewoks.
Yeah, Mad Balls.
Mad Balls, Jesus.
Yeah. Mad Balls made FA in Care Bears comic, by the way. Shout out to the Care Bears.
No.
That was in Star too. Strawberry Shortcake. They had, but when I went to the flea today, and I only go for superheroes. And today when I went, this guy had all this. He had Fraggle Rock. He was
mate.
It's like, yeah, it was really cool. I lucked out today, so I got a bunch of those really cool early issues of the Star Comics of Fraggle Rock and Care Bears and Muppet Babies and Ewoks too. So shout out to the Ewoks too.
Yeah, so I love the Ewoks. I mean, a lot of those names I haven't heard in a long time. Like those are like names I heard like growing up, like because I'm a late '80s baby, so like those are some of the names I heard like growing up.
You know what I was trying to do back when Recur was dropping the Care Bears? I was trying to get David Yu to go on and drop the Care Bears comic first. Because I mean, there's some IP that you can pull here through those comics. Like if you get, say, Mad Balls or something, just drop the comic, you're FA on the blockchain. Same thing with Strawberry Shortcake. May not have the IP, but the Star comic book kind of counts. I'm surprised he hasn't taken advantage of that. I mean, and what was cool about those comics, there was one anniversary. I know how everyone talks about the 100th anniversary of Disney and stuff, but now back in the day, it was the 50th anniversary or something of Marvel, and all the titles had this little border around it with all the superheroes, and they crossed over into the Star one. And those are the valuable ones. So if you see like the Muppet Babies with the border, it's like almost like a picture frame around it with all the Marvel superheroes. And they did them with all the Star comics, which was pretty fly. So
cool.
Yeah, I hope they drop Star comics at some point because I think it'd be fun. People might really like them, for the kids and stuff. I mean, this isn't an app for kids, but I mean, who doesn't love the Care Bears and Strawberry Shortcake? Come on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had a conversation a while back, like in one of the other spaces, saying like, wouldn't it be good if they drop like some different types of comics on the app? Like, we've got like obviously tons of Marvel. We've got we've got the Disney ones, but wouldn't it be cool like they drop like some other like maybe some of the licenses, maybe like some Dark Horse. What else they got? Say so some of these they probably never happen, but like maybe like some Dark Horse and was it IDW? What else is there? Even some DC, even some DC comics, even possible. Like probably not because they're over on Palm, but just something different, like just sort of add a bit of flavor, add a bit of spice to it. Even some anime, maybe like some other like Marvel comics, like maybe like some Predator, some Alien. What else they got? Conan. Just something different. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, man. I mean, even like Conan. I mean, that's FA Conan on the blockchain. If drop the comic, it's Marvel Comics has Conan. So I mean,
that's right.
So Yeah, I mean, I think that's a super cool way to get, new IP in here on the down low. I don't know if there's a problem with that. They don't really want to get involved, but yeah, I think I would love Dark Horse too. Like you said, the Predator versus Aliens versus some of those independent titles. And there was Valiant was pretty big for a while.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah,
Valiant, and there was another one with some blood. Back in the 90s is when I got kind of hammered, and Image, and there was a few other ones. They polybagged thing with this, the cards and Hollow all. So I think that would be fly if they could get any new vertical would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, like just something different, like to add like a bit of excitement to the athlete. Like say like FA Conan, or because Marvel's got Predator as well. Like we just had the Predator posters. Like, wouldn't it be cool if they dropped the comic book? Let's get some Star Wars comics in there as well. I mean, like we've already got Maul. We've got Thrawn. Let's get some some Mandalorian in there. Let's get some Boba Fett. Let's get something to get the juices flowing. So Casual, what do you reckon, Casual?
Yeah, just segue off of what Löcö said. I hit my local thrift store up, one of my thrift stores up, and they had a stack of comics there. And it's rare to see comics at thrift stores that are any good condition. And I was digging through them, and just going through those old comics, you get an education too, because I didn't know this existed. Like, there's a series called Cops by DC, and none of those were worth money. I looked on eBay, and you could get all of them for a pretty low price. But I grabbed I made a post earlier about I grabbed 4 issues of Dark Horse Presents, and I got home, and I was researching these books, and I don't know if it's issue 8 or 10 or something. But it's the first appearance of the Mask, like Jim Carrey's Mask.
Like Jim Carrey's Mask,
yeah. It's spelled MASQUE, but that is the mask. It's actually the Mask. And graded, it's probably over $150. I don't know exactly what the condition of this is. It looks like there's some dust in the bottom of the bag, like it's degraded a bit. But for me, the nostalgia, holy shit, dude! And just to tie in, I've telling some people about it in the DMs, but when I first started collecting comic books in 5th or 6th grade, the first series I ever completed, 1 through 5, was The Mask Strikes Back. Came out in the 90s. And I was so proud. I went, whatever it was, once a week or once a month, and I got that book, and I was happy I was the one to get it, because they only had 1 or 2 issues. And for me to go into this thrift store where you never find comics, and there's the first appearance of the Mask, I'm full circle,
Yeah, oh my god. So shut up and take my money.
Yeah, but it was only $1.
Oh, even better. Cool. But I mean, sometimes that's what it's all about. Isn't it's not about getting the most highly valued comic. It's just, again, like I said before, it just comes back to something that resonates with you. For me, my first introduction was the Mask, obviously, was the Jim Carrey movie. And I used to love that as a kid. I used to run around pretending to be Jim Carrey, being the Mask, and go around my school at the time going smoking.
Oh yeah. Very relatable.
Yeah. I think he's trying to communicate. Let's try this. But
shout out to Cameron Diaz, by the way. That movie, she was insane.
Yes. That I think that was one of the first movies. Come to think about it,
I think it was. Yeah,
I think it was.
Noticed her in for sure.
So there's the Son of the Mask, and I don't remember it really clearly, but there's a documentary, I believe, about why that movie was such a failure, and they wanted Jim Carrey, but they didn't get Jim Carrey, and this and that. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't. But I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but yeah, I don't think it did overly well. So I'm just doing a quick Google now. The Mask. Yeah, because yeah, that's right. Yeah, it had Jamie Kennedy in it.
Oh, okay, there's my segue. I got another segue. The only celebrity I've ever seen, other than in concert, was Jamie Kennedy. And I went to this rib place, and he was sitting there with one of these aged people eating. This was out in LA, and I didn't say hi to him or nothing. I didn't have a problem with him. I kind of liked him, but this was at the same time that Jamie Kennedy had an experience where he helped host like an Activision event, and he was on stage, and people were like booing him and shit like that. It was like when his career kind of dipped.
Yeah, because like for me, like what, like the height of his career, like what he had that little bit in Scream, and then had a few other bits and pieces here, and he marry Jennifer Love Hewitt off the top of my head.
I don't remember.
Damn,
dude. You know what the coolest thing about him is circle circle dot dot. I want my cootie shot. You got to look that up on YouTube. That's a good song.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a song. It's a song they made that he made in another guy, and it went totally viral. And that's like probably my best memory of Jamie Kennedy. Circle circle dot dot. Gekko, add it to your list.
Yeah, right. I'll have to look that up on YouTube later on.
I'll send it to you.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, I mean, I can imagine. Yeah, some of the masks wouldn't have done overly well. Like, and anything without Jim Carrey in it, yeah, just would have failed. I'm pretty sure they did like another movie as well off the top of my head. I think they did like some other sequel. I think it was like not Son of the Maskers, like no. Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of Ace Ventura, because they did a version of that. Nah, cool. Just thinking Mask. How old is a Mask? That came out in 94.
Yeah, I love Jim Carrey. I didn't really know my dad, so when I was growing up, I always like, kind of like try to relate to older male. Yeah. Probably not the best one to relate to, but.
No, I mean, I was the same. Like, growing up, like, in the 90s, like, my two icons at the time was Jim Carrey for like the comedy side of things, and was Schwarzenegger for the action side of things.
Yep. Yeah, Schwarzenegger's good.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger and Stallone. can't.
I like Stallone, man. I like Stallone. So they're Demolition Man, dude.
Oh man, Demolition Man was great. I mean, like, funny enough, after actually watching Demolition Man, like, I took a sudden interest into like cryo freezing, like, how like they cryo freeze the prisoners and then like they wake up like years later. I thought, yeah. I'm going to do the same thing, like, with all my toys. So I went through this stage where I was taking like all like, bear in mind these are like original, like, Ninja Turtle toys or Terminator toys and stuff I had like back in the 90s. So these things are probably worth something now. I was like taking them, like, sticking them like, in like little ice cream containers full of water, sticking them in my freezer and freezing them, and then like I'd leave them, like, and then like thaw them out and say, "Look, Mom, I'm cryogenically freezing, like, Donatello or Michelangelo or something like that." Also, just also destroying the toy in the process.
That's great.
Cool. Well, it's coming up on 10:13 here at night in Bristol, in England, where I'm based. So I've got about another 15 minutes or so before I got to start wrapping up the space. But I just want to put the invite out there. If there's anyone who's been listening in the background and wants to come up and say hi or wants to add something to the conversation, please do so. It's a safe space. Everyone's welcomed, provided you're not a troll and just want to say silly things. Yeah, like I said, this has been a very, very interesting Twitter space. We have all sorts of different conversations, all different topics from all different ranges tonight. But this has been great. I mean, this is what it's all about. Like, connecting with everybody, sharing our collecting experiences, and just chilling out and just having a good time.
Yo, Osman, you ever watch Star Trek? I know everyone here is always into Star Wars. Me and Hanan have this in the past. Have you ever get into the Star Trek at all? Because the new one, I just started watching the newest one. They kind of, I don't know if you're on Facebook, but everyone went mental over it. And I started watching it, and it, once you get back into something you like, it's like riding a bike. You just and I joked around that I was going to hold down a space and take on everyone, like Tasha, Mahalo, CB, everyone that wants to be on Star Wars side, and I'm going to defend Star Trek or why it's cooler and why people should. Do you ever watch Star Trek? Or not?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I actually grew up with Star Trek. I mean, like, I haven't watched Strange New Worlds, like, the latest one, but I don't take sides, like, in the Star Trek Star Wars side. I reckon they're both great in their own in their own sense. Me personally, my two favorite sort of Star Trek or Star Trek captains is obviously Picard and Janeway, Voyager. That was probably my two favorite series.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now.
Go on then.
We're Picard and Kirk, but I'm going to tell you this new one. This guy's unbelievable as Pike. So it's sick, and I highly recommend it. It's the colors and it's only 2 seasons, and I think there's only 10 episodes per season. So it's like but it's awesome, like incredible. You can't even get Paramount Plus without commercials because I think it's so expensive to make the show. It's better than any blockbuster movie I've seen lately. I mean, I've seen Indiana Jones 5. Nope.
Oh yeah.
This is just, the visuals are insane. Check it out, man. The new Star Trek is worth it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it myself, but I've been told it's been getting a lot of praise and a lot of good reviews from what I've been reading. But the guy who plays Pike is also the guy who played Black Bolt in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as well, and also played him in the Inhumans TV show as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Okay, that's
yeah.
Good. See, I did not know that. So Humans.
Anson Mount, is that his name?
I think it is. Yeah, he's coming.
Yeah, that's right.
Convention. Oh, geez, when those guys, when they cross over twice, like, you know who else did it on that show is Rebecca Romaine. So she's Chin Riley. Yeah, she's incredible. Like, whoa, the best thing I've ever seen her in. And it's cool because it's like right before the original series, and they kind of do like homages to it, where, you know how the women were like, I don't know, they kind of in the old Star Trek, what they would do is when it was Kirk's turn, whatever, he would do his thing. But when they would go to, say, Elizabeth Taylor was in one, and what they would do is they would cover the camera with a little bit of Vaseline, a little sheen of Vaseline, and the women would just look like, and it was like the first filter for women. They just looked way different. So when Kirk gets his goo eyes, it's because they slapped some Vaseline on the yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah. So but they took Rebecca Romaine, and she's really tall. She's almost taller than the captain. And they made her look like the women from the original series, how they had their hair in like these, you know, the beehive hairdos with the certain makeup so it's pretty cool how they do it, because she looks like she fell right out of the 60s. It's cool.
That's what. And just for anybody who's not familiar with who Rebecca Romaine is, and you bloody well should be if you're a Marvel fan or an X-Men fan, is she played the original Mystique in X-Men.
Yes.
That's it. That's before Jennifer Lawrence got hold of it.
Super cool.
Cool. Yeah, no, very cool. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I haven't seen it, but I might have to go check it out. Right now, I'm currently watching going through Star Wars Rebels at the moment, because I'm trying to catch up on that before I dive into Ahsoka. Because to my understanding, Ahsoka is basically Rebels season 5. So I thought I'll take the time and start watching that one before I get into Ahsoka. And it's a good series so far. It's like, they're short, 25-minute episodes, are really easily digestible. And good fun too. But I'll definitely put the Star Trek one there on my radar as well.
I hope they drop some more Star Trek. I'm surprised they didn't when this, because this went viral. I mean, the new show, just everyone's just raving about it. I'm surprised they didn't drop the new because the new ship they have, oh my god, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you watch it, it's crazy, because the show before, Discovery, Discovery I liked. Pike and Spock and all those guys are in Discovery too. So that's what's cool about this. The new one, they're introducing the characters, and they may even do like a reboot on the original. But it's got Spock, it's got horror, every episode is cool because, I grew up with that. So it is the nostalgia of it again, where I get to see horror
Loco,
again.
stop putting my bags. Stop putting my bags, Loco. Right now, you better stop. I got the USS Enterprise. Stop talking about a new ship. We don't need to know anything about the new ship.
But you have the baby one. You don't use it in every space. You would show that, and it wasn't even the 1-to-1 ratio. It was the baby.
It was the small one. It was the tiny one.
It was the small one. The compact one. The compact.
What number was it, Dave? I forget.
Number 45, bro. 45. The best.
Yeah.
Cool.
Every night I would go to sleep and I'd hear you. Who wants to buy my number 45?
Bro, that's going in the Hall of fucking Fame, bro.
Yeah, if there's going to be a VeVe museum, that thing needs to be in it, dude.
Excellent.
Dave,
Laura.
I was just going to say, in the old days, we were here a couple of years ago, man, and we would talk about, the spaces were wild back in the day. And the one thing they always talked about, and Dave will remember this, was they would say, what's going to be the biggest grail on VeVe for Disney? And everyone would say,
oh, yeah.
Tinkerbell. I want Tinkerbell. Every single person would be like, it's going to the moon. It's going to the moon. Back in the day, they would talk about it 2 years ago in spaces every day. Tinkerbell. I can't wait for Tinkerbell.
Yeah. and then this happened.
Yeah. Shout out to
No, it's gonna be Simba, Loco. It's gonna be Simba.
Yep.
Good times.
No, so we still got some left though. So it obviously it ain't Simba, it ain't Tinkerbell. So who could it be then? Who we got left?
Oh, there's a few. It's gonna be Jimmy the Cricket.
Oh yeah, Jimmy the Cricket, Pinocchio maybe.
Jimmy the Cricket, like Jimmy the Greek. Yo, remember Jimmy the Greek? It was back in I forget the 70s or the 80s, and it would be on and gambling was illegal, but they would have before the games and stuff, they would this old Italian guy come on and give you his picks on the Jets are gonna win by this, by that. Jimmy the Greek, man. That was a shout out to Jimmy.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, right.
Stuff.
All right, guys. I'll just give you guys a bit of fair warning. Like I start wrapping the space up in about 5 minutes or so. But just want to again give anybody the opportunity who's been listening in the background. If you want to come up and say hi or say a few words, the space is always welcome for you to do so. But if you just want to chill in the background, that's cool too. I say this has been VeVe Weekends episode 6. So brought to you by the VeVe Collective. And it's been a very interesting episode this time around. We've had all sorts of different discussions ranging from Chiko&Roko to the VeVeVerse to the New Zealand minting Marvel coins to comics on the app, like different comics on the app. Now we're talking about Star Trek. It's been a little bit all over the shop this episode, but it's been great. So I'm loving it, loving the diversity this time around. That's why I love doing these spaces too, because you just you never get 2 episodes the same. Everything's always different. I love it.
Yeah, we're not yelling at each other.
I see. Well, no, that's the whole reason why we do these spaces, like sort of get away from FUD, get away from any negativity, and just sharing the love of collecting and just chill, and just that's what it's all about. And we've got VeVe NFT coming up. How are you, mate?
Hey, Oman. Hey, everybody. Hey, Loco. I heard you call me up before. For some reason, I couldn't get my request through, but finally made it. How you all doing?
That's it.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, good.
What's good, man? What's new? A lot of college football or what?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of college football. Big weekend, fun weekend so far, but always love to tune in to a good discussion about collecting. We need more of these.
No, well, thank you, man. Thank you for taking the time to tune in and listen. So always appreciate it, and everyone else who's listening. But I think this is the first time we've actually spoken. I've seen you listening to some of the other spaces. I believe either be VeVe Weekends or even VeVe Wednesdays from time to time. I see you around the Twitter space or the X spaces, so sort of formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, I've been around on VeVe. I think it was August 2021, so just past 2 years. It's been a fun ride so far.
Nice one. And did you go for any of the drops today?
Oh, today was interesting. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go for it or not. You know, I'm a Predator fan, but you know, we know the thing about posters. So
Nice.
so I went for it. I got selected, and I got a secret rare. I'm like, wow. So then after the 15 minutes
Nice.
went by, I went for it again, and I got another secret rare, a different one. You know, there's 3 of them in this. So
Excellent.
I'm like, wow, two for 2 secret rares. I'm going to try again. So I did, and I got another secret rare. This time, though, it was a duplicate of one of the ones I had. So I said, look, it must be meant to be that I collect this set. So I sold my duplicate secret rare and then bought the rest of them on the market. So I did complete the set, but
Nice. Excellent. Congratulations. Yeah. I got selected as well for the wait list, and I got the Face Your Fear secret rare.
nice.
So I was quite happy with that. So but yeah, like I said, like we know how posters go. So I'll probably keep an eye on the market and try and pick up the rest of them because again, like as everybody in this space knows, like I've been screaming for Predator, like for like the last 6 months to sort of try and make their way to the app. And now that we've got it, all we need now is the premium digital collectible to go with it.
But someone made an interesting point though, and I remember this when Predator came out. On all of the artwork and promotional stuff, I remember what was on there. Arnold.
Well, that's right. There was Arnold, wasn't there?
Arnold. We didn't even know
like,
what the Predator was, and now we do. But it's interesting looking back on it. You know, Predator has remained. Arnold's faded a little bit. So,
that's it. And it'll hopefully could continue around for many years to come. And also considering like the new movie did really, really well as well. Prey.
yeah, really, really interesting to see how the human stars can rise, and but the Predator character is probably gonna be what we remember long term. And I like the Predator for
sure. So, which one's your favorite movie?
I like the Danny Glover one. What, the second one? That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, well, of course, mine's always the original, but yeah, the second one actually was quite good. I mean, especially with Bill Paxton, like with his like one-liners as like Jerry.
yeah. Hey, Dave,
Casual's got his hand up.
Is that Enterprise still for sale? Real quick, do you still have that or what?
Absolutely not for sale. Get out of here. No way. It's a relic now. None of you can get it.
Just wanted to check.
Yeah, Casual's got his hand up. Casual, you want to say something?
Yeah, I know you're wrapping it up. So
that's all good.
While it's on my mind, I just want to say everyone out there who retweeted the post about Pyro and showed love to his family this week.
Yes,
you guys shout out. That's awesome. And rest in peace, Pyro. Rest in peace, Silicon Secure. Both those dudes did so much for the community. I've had some DMs with Pyro, and the guy was cool as hell. And then to have him in our little tiny Chiko&Roko group, that's instantly family. It's the way this works. So you guys definitely look for the GoFundMe's. If you haven't donated, you could donate as low as $5. So it really hasn't gone up much in the last day. And I just want to put that out there, you guys. Much love. I'm going to step down. You guys have a nice night.
Take it easy, bud.
Yeah, it's easy, Casuals. Yeah, thanks for spending the time in the space, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you tonight. And enjoy the rest of your day or whatever you're up to for this evening. And hopefully you can make it again in the future. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to start wrapping up the space because it's coming up late here at night because I'm based here in Bristol in the United Kingdom, and it's coming up 10:30 at night. But yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's taken the time to listen in. It's been an amazing space, full of great conversation, great topics. Just again, big thank you to Löcö for helping me co-host. So much appreciated, mate.
Sweet. I'm gonna hit your DMs too, bud. So look for it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much. And Dave, always a pleasure to have you in the space, mate. Thank you for speaking.
My pleasure, man. Thanks, Oz. I appreciate it. I love these spaces on Sundays and on Wednesdays, bro. For real. Thank you so much.
No worries, man. Thank you. And also, if you get a chance, head over to Dave's Dave's space, the Reset. So again, amazing topics of conversation, amazing hosts. Definitely
He
do
never
not miss
lets
it.
me co-host that one, Ozman. He always says I want to co-host, but he won't let me there. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're nowhere near. You're nowhere near, obviously,
Mona?
like as good looking as any of my other
Mona?
co-hosts. So you're out.
Damn.
But
Hey, Pimpin, you're like Mr. Fix It. Calm down. You need to calm down.
Calm down. But yeah, if you a VeVe holder, you definitely want to be. You definitely want to come sit through this one. I promise you.
That's it. Let's go. Love it. All right, and again, a big special thank you to everyone listening. I'll shout out a couple of names. We got Yates, Macho Nacho, Hirano, Noz, Daniel Marquez, Digital, Big Grand, Voodoo Crypto. So thanks for dropping in, man. I did see you listening in the background there. Hope all's good with you and the family. I'm sorry if I say these names wrong. Wooloo, Edio. I hope that's Edio. Lenny Wong. Thank you for taking the time to drop in, guys. Much appreciated. This has been VeVe Weekends, episode 6, brought to you by the VeVe Collective. We just basically a group of us we came together to sort of form the VeVe Collective, which is basically just a collectors group which we're about creating a safe space to share our love of collecting and passion for VeVe, digital collectible, marble, cinema, and anything, all things geek and nerdom, I guess you could say. And we do also have a Discord as well. If you're interested in getting a bit more involved or getting a bit more interested in what the VeVe Collective is all about, hit us a DM and I'll get you into our Discord group. It's kind of like we kind of do it like on a referral basis now, just because we had a few issues in the past, but that's all good now. And I've been your host, Ozman Collect 63. If you big thank you to everybody who's been listening. Big shout out to the VeVe Collective. I'll do a quick little shout out to some of our members, which include the Real Uncommon Podcast, My Collectables, K Collections, Evolve Collects, VeVe Investments, Double Quill, Chris Severs with his Go Collect blog, VeVe Arcade every Sunday. Also, if you had the chance to check out VeVe Arcade's Sunday games, fantastic. Highly recommend it. Dr. Strange with All Things Strange with his Stack and Slack videos. The three biggest bro with the bare minimum, and Open Minds Collective from Devon Rach, who pops in from time to time. That's about all from me. Again, big thank you to everybody, and hopefully I will catch you all soon. Oh, and also, if you get a chance, check out my own venture, which is Relax and Read, which I've started doing basically live comic book readings from some of the comics we've got on VeVe. And the last one I did was What If number 105, which is the first appearance of Mayday Parker. And that is also available on the VeVe Collective's YouTube channel, along with these Twitter spaces and a few other roundtable discussions that we have from time to time. We do have a live stream coming up soon. It's a work in progress, but it will get here eventually. That's it. That's it from me. I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. Again, thank you very much. I've been your host.
Man, I appreciate you. I know you got a lot of stuff going on your plate and stuff, and to take time out and do this, man, it's it's good. I really appreciate you, man. So thanks again for doing this. This community needs this stuff for sure.
No, well, thank you, and like I said, a big thank you for everybody who listens in, because it's you guys who make these spaces what they are. I mean, like I've said before, as long as everybody keeps listening, I'll keep doing my best to keep bringing them to you.
Sounds good. Man.
Anyway, guys, have a good one, and I'll either catch you next week for VeVe Wednesdays, or I'll see you around in the X spaces. But of course, my DMs are always open, and I'll have a good one, and I'll talk to you all soon.